Alright, welcome to Blueprince. Well, there's a lot to say about this game, there's not a lot to say about this game. First of all, there's not a lot to say about this game because I don't know a lot about this game. I usually play things blind, this is no different. This is no different. The only thing I do know about this game is A, it's apparently really popular. B, I'm, again, way too late for jumping on the bandwagon, but I don't care about that too much. See, I saw a second of the trailer on the Steam page because I was too late to press pause on that. The only thing I saw was the logo from, I'm assuming, Dogu Bomb. And I saw the user-defined tags for this problem with puzzle, exploration, mystery, investigation. All four of those are big yes please for me. So, you know, considering the amount of puzzle games I've played on this channel, yeah, it's no surprise I'd imagine that this one is popping up here as well. Anyway, yes, Blueprince. Developed by Dogu Bomb, published by Raw Fury. Welcome to Mount Holly, where every dawn unveils a new mystery. Navigate through shifting corridors, never-changing chambers in this genre-defying strategy puzzle adventure. Will your unpredictable path lead you to the rumored Room 46? So considering it mentions shifting corridors, I'm assuming this won't be a giant spoiler? Unless the overarching story is the same, but anyway. Your experience may vary, I guess, is what goes on there. So, yeah. It came out 2 weeks ago. And I'm already way too late for the bandwagon. That's how quickly things go on the internet. But anyway, I mentioned that it's not gonna be a big deal for me. This is something that I wanted to play. I've played The Room. I've played the what's called Da Vinci thing. Yeah, I've played my fair share of puzzle games here. So let's do a new game. I was going to say I'm not really the most super excited guy, so I'm not going to be screaming like ohs and oohs and stuff. And if I do them, then they're heartfelt. So maybe that's how I'm unique. I'm not going to be all screaming and stuff. I don't know. If you're here watching, thanks. And if you're not here, there you go. That'll keep him thinking. So I'm basically going in here thinking it's going to be like
hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me.
Is that legal?
I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly.
It's a big freaking house.
The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45th estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of this legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Alright, so I was wondering whether or not that's legal, because you can't really date an audio recording, but if he states the date in the audio recording, it's probably fine, right? Alright. Okay, so the steps are counting down. I don't generally like timers. Is this room 46? No. Open only in the event of my death. Well, he did die. So yes, I will make stupid jokes every now and then, but, you know, comes with the turf, I guess. I remember but have fond memories of many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you're fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please don't mistake my intention in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. But that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Alright, time to ditch that backpack. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. Right. So that basically means you lose all your stuff at the end of a day. I don't suspect any of these stipulations prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice: do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me home for the last half century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. It must be a pain in the butt if you wake up in the middle of the night and have an urgency to go to the bathroom. Grandma used to say, don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. Kind of defeats the point of having a path, but sure. With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. So is it day just going to be 48 steps? If it was 48 rooms, I'd be okay with it, but now I can't go like here, then go back here, then go back to there, go back to there, because that's all going to cost me time. Mount blueprints will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access... Okay. Steps to how much energy you have left for exploring. Each time you enter a room, you'll lose one. Oh. Okay, so it is only when entering a room. I'm just... Wait, no. Is this hallway considered a room then? Okay, but I can freely run around here. Okay. Okay, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. All is well. Okay, so it really doesn't matter too much. We don't know what's important yet, so I think we just take a few first days as faffing about, so to speak. Take into a room, you lose one. When you no longer have any left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Fortunately, we don't have to be near the exit when we run out of energy. What game? There was a game that did do that. What was that again? Deep Space Derelicts. Oh. This would be a good room to have, like, in the middle of things. Okay, well, let's try to get as much as we can out of our first day then. Because we can go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and go back to... Can we? No. You wouldn't be able to go back up, would you? If it was 3, you could, but with 2, you really can't. Okay, so we'll lock... Can I play this with a controller? I can. Do I want to play this with a controller? I don't know. Is there a crouch button? No. Bedroom rank 1. Greetings from Reddington. Nothing on... Nope. I could try playing this with a controller, why not? Doing this for you guys because it generally means less clicky noises. Plus 10, but I'm assuming only once. I don't know if you can go above 50 yet, so... The sound is really quiet in this game. Is it me or is this like really jittery? The mouse is it too. Give me a sec. I think I got it fixed. As soon as I say that, it starts being choppy again. I think it's the recording. I don't know. How's my computer exploding from something? Weird. Okay. We got a gem. I'm starting to wonder... a few things. How many spaces do we have in here? 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, 45. I kind of want to get to the antechamber. I'm starting to think this is going to be less about solving puzzles in each room, but more like getting the correct sequence of rooms. All 3 boxes are empty. This box and the blue box are empty. The black box contains gems. Alright, we can probably just open one. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldmans this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it's been quite a while since we've been in decent society, and we're beginning to worry that my wife's wit has lost its charm. I have no delusion that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I'd played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game, and I found the time, and I've included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Step 1. Put all the gems in the blue box. Probably won't be that simple. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box is a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. Okay, so you know one's true, one is false. So, the way you generally go about is assuming one to be true and see if that makes everything else fit. So, imagine you're the true. That means there's things in there. That would mean this one is true as well. That means you are a liar. So 2 truths and 1 lie. So technically, you could be true. Now, if you were speaking the truth, then we get the same thing. Imagine if you were lying. That would mean they're not in here. That means you speak the truth, but that goes against the rules of the game. So imagine it is just going to be in here, right? So yes, I'm also start overthinking things. So what if you tell the truth? Then we come back to the same shenanigans where 2 are true, this one's lying, and everything's in there. So we know this one has to be the liar. So we don't even have to look at whatever this does. Say that you are lying, then it's also against the rules of the game. So yeah, that should just be in here, right? Yeah. Overthinking. I don't know what any of these does, and I'm assuming the gems are part of the things I can't. So do I lose another step if I go back into the... Yes, I do. Okay. So you just... Okay. Wait, if I turn this into a lavatory, am I not locked out? Can I see... I can go back to the den. Let's make this a spare room. Again, we're going to try and go to as many rooms as we can this first time around. Journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. Pad, scrap paper, perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you have not regret having besides you on your journey. So they're meaning like have actually something open. They're not going to give me a journal that will automatically fill up with useful things. Corridor is always left unlocked. Huh? corridor is always left unlocked. What do you mean? Are there gonna be rooms that lock on me? I wonder how much I need to pay attention to my surroundings. Bridges, please pick up some more fruit before Fridays. You have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Close amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. I do wonder if I should be paying attention to all this stuff. I'm going to because I like looking at this kind of stuff. But I wonder if, you know, if you see this, then you gem requirement. Okay, do I need to do this if I want to? Yeah, it's probably in my best interest to put one of these here, right? So do I need to pay 2 every time I go in, or no, just once to make it here? Okay. So some rooms have a requirement. We can put a dead end in here. Are we only gonna get dead ends? No. Okay, let's put a closet here because it's a dead end anyway, right? Yeah. Let's see what these so-called items are. A key and a shovel. Well, a shovel looks like it could be useful for digging. So, get a greenhouse? Seems like a good place to do some digging in. A boudoir. Breaker box. Like, this seems like something you could really easily lock yourself out of stuff. Let's get a breaker box. Danger, toggling of breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Please call DC power if you require assistance. Valve anti-cheat indicators. This game will know when you're doing something naughty. Security door is locked by electronic keycard. Why was I not informed of that? Which means I'm going all the way back to the den. And that, lads, is how you waste a lot of steps. I suppose I should keep these episodes like... Wait, I have a key now, don't I? Yeah. Every dice. While drafting you may... okay. Could be useful. Okay, so something left, something right. That would be grand. Chapel it is, I guess. Let's see what I can make in here, see if it's worthwhile to go through it or not. Walk-in closet for 4 puzzle piece. Okay, let me... Boudoir, billiard room, and a walk-in... You must... once you have... What? Once you have drawn floor plans, you must... See, the plan was to go back out, check the other side, then come back here and see if it still gave me the same options. Okay, let's see what the items are. Gem, so we get that back. Salt. Whenever you eat food, okay. That's 3. There should be one more item, right? Right? Am I that off? Got the salt shaker, a key, a gem, and... Well, it ain't a perfume. Car keys. Alright. Yeah, this makes the most sense. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed with further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. West Wing. So West Wing is... Should I write down stuff like... Okay, I'm just going to start writing stuff down. Let me just open up a Word thing. I'm just going to call this thing Blue. West Wing. Related to Clara death, question mark. Yes, I'm typing my notes in English even though I'm not natively English. Nursery, whenever you draft a bedroom. View inventory of all items currently in the house. This could be useful, but let's make this an... Also has a gem requirement though. But like, so say in this game that I make the nursery. Gives me a passive benefit. Is there any point of actually walking into the nursery? I mean, I'm gonna do it if I end up making it, but... I'm interested in what items there are, so let me get the security room here. I'm also just realizing that turning, well, one episode per investigation is going to be a bit too long of an episode, so I probably will end up cutting things up. Sorry about that, but you know. This seems like a good place to do just that. Thanks for watching. Hope you're going to be enjoying the series. See you guys on next episode. Bye, everyone.